Alright, we're gonna come into Lumpy Garden. This will be the fourth map of the day, round 7 of Scrim 1. Currently we got Flying Dragon as the leader for Saddle's army. He's got the KSK squad and core company squad with him, as well as a field command unit. On the other side we got General Fury Divine leading Whiskey Company, as well as Dragon Company.
Men jag ska livebetta såklart. Mittfältet är ju sjukt skadedrabbat, så vi ser hur det funkar först.
Sorry about that. Ads on Twitch as I started up to see if you have any viewers. On this map, the admins have said that Bravo is off limits, forcing the fight to be between Delta, Charlie and Alpha. This is done because of the low numbers. Currently we have 10 versus 11. As we can see, TCQ, the same Bravo is on cap, will be playing A, C and D only. This is gonna push a more infantry-like fight. There's not gonna be any vehicles. There's only gonna be a straight push. Currently there's 10 versus 10. It's pretty much 2 companies each. The Ace is not live. Will be live soon. We still have a few people loading up, I think. This is a break between rounds that we have. Forcing the fight between Alpha, Charlie and Delta should get us a little bit more action than we saw in some of the earlier maps that we played, where it was a little bit more round robin and like 4 or 5 members versus 2. This should put all 10 versus all 10 pretty much. Since Bravo is uncapped, you're still allowed to move in this waterway around to Alpha. As long as you don't crap Bravo, you're in the clear. So there's probably still gonna be attempts to sneak around, and I'll try to get used to the height level limit on this map. It's a little bit lower than I'm used to. Currently we have a flooded map, but I think that this is gonna be a somewhat interesting fight. Very much more
live on double restart.
Alright, so we're gonna get a double restart and live. This means that Fury Divine is gonna be leading the Americans, and the Flying Dragon with General Samuel, if he's here, will be leading the Chinese. Alright, we should get on a restart. Here it comes. Double restarts is because the army should be on the side that they currently are on. Each army plays for one side, or for both sides per map, so they play once for the Chinese and one for the Americans. Alright, we have a 20-second timer, but before that the armies have to ready up. I'd expect a little quicker ready up this time around, as we just had a break and they had some time to pass out orders and discuss things. Delta flag in this quad is probably gonna be fairly secure. There are possibilities of moving in here from a sideway approach. There's also the 2 gates that you can use. to move in, but it's fairly easy to defend. Unfortunately, you need a second flag to have displayed, which is the Charlie flag or the Alpha flag. Charlie has a lot of small hidey holes. You can't cap from upstairs, as far as I know, only from the ground. But all those sheds, containers, drums, and everything else is gonna make it a little bit harder to get a hold of. A lot of hidey holes to hide members in. Alpha is on top of preparing, and much like Delta is a fairly easy flag to secure. All you have to do is keep them from getting up on these two stairs, as well as the stair over here. You could also blow the bridge here, which will stop the stairs from being useful to approach Alpha. So a possibility is doing a sneak attack to get the two back flanks, leaving Charlie alone. Charlie will probably be the hardest place to defend. With the numbers 11-11, that means one company per flag pretty much. Or you put one man back or two men back and push everyone else to Charlie. We're still not live. We should get a timer soon. There it comes. Chinese have a little further to their flag than the Alpha or the Americans, but the Americans have to run up. The advantage for Americans is that they can use the rail to run all the way over to Charlie Delta and get high point free because they have Alpha.
Duke overall chat. Bravo is off limits. I repeat, Bravo is off limits. Thank you.
Alright, quads are in the go. We got 2 quads for each team, and we also got Fury Divine running in for the American team on foot. Fury Divine has 11 members, 13 members currently for Flying Dragon and Genocidal. Fury Divine are faster on the get-go, and they're grabbing Charlie with both their quads. Meanwhile, they sent one man to capture Alpha, and that was on foot. Chinese are doing the same feat with their quads, but they're a lot later to the flag, and this is a very, very well defended flag. Actually, Fury Divine have to get into the flag cap if he's gonna capture the flag. Delta is gonna come up Chinese, which puts it a 1-on-1 flag. As we can see currently, the Chinese are trying to move across this narrow fold. We got 1 or 2 members on top of the bridge, members shooting them into the water, trying to keep them from getting up, but Chinese seem to be getting along the river fairly well. Traded, but the Chinese are coming into the flag caps. Alpha is still not capped, and we got a back cap here. We got a back cap. Alpha is coming up Chinese. Unit takes out Fury Divine. Alpha is being contested. We got Duke trying to hold off. Duke succeeds in taking out one. We got Obi coming up the stairs, trying to continue the cap. The flag is frozen. Meanwhile, Chinese have successfully captured Charlie. The bridge have been blown between Charlie and Delta. Chillin' Baba seems to be moving into the open Delta to try and capture that one instead. I'd say it's a huge miss for the Americans to not have grabbed Alpha off the bat, as they could have gotten some serious tickets lead. Alright, so 2 flags, but for the Chinese, but I don't think it triggers the bleed. It looks like we won't have any bleed with only 2 flags captured. I might be wrong though. But I don't see a huge ticket loss on the American side. Americans are capturing Delta and Alpha. Gonna put them back in 2 flanks. Let's see if the Chinese are losing a lot of members instead. if it's not gonna be a lead, this is gonna be a very, very long battle. As we can see, 583. The American seems to be losing more, even if they have 2 flags. As we can see, the Americans are losing more than the Chinese, and we have a pretty strong lead here at 21 CW. So the map is simply not made out to leave Bravo alone. You need to do an all cap in order to get some bleed going. Charlie is maybe gonna come up for the Americans here. Meanwhile, Delta got up for the Chinese. We got 5 minutes into the game with about 30-40 ticket losses. As we can see, the Americans are dying more than the Chinese, and seeing as there is no effective bleed going on, I'd say buckling up and defending one flag is probably your best way to win and make the other team waste their tickets on you. Lost about 1/12 of the tickets in 5 minutes. If we multiply 5 with 12, that puts us at a 60 minutes, which puts us at pretty much the time limit. All right. As we can see, the Americans still have 2 flags and they're not getting their tickets back in order. I think the admins were unaware of this as when they put the rule button off limiting Bravo. And right now it's just big old fighting game. It's like Call of Duty with 600 tickets. Alright, sorry about the silence. Alright, the Chinese successfully captured Charlie, but with the bleed as it currently is, it won't make much of a difference. Instead, it seems to have lost them a few more tickets than I gained on that offensive. Here we got Duke firing off, killing only Tom, trying to move into the Charlie flag with some assistance. He's got a lot of hostiles in front of him and he gets taken out. Fury Divine is flying his Marv and Charlie was flashing a little bit, meanwhile Delta was flashing a little bit. We got Chillum on the back road. He spawned in a member that's gonna snipe out this incoming fire. Webkey fails to take out Stewie as he rounds the corner. Edge seems to be moving into the flank. It fails to move into the flank. As we approach the 10-minute limit, we are at 516 versus 538, so this looks like if the admins don't change the rules, it's gonna take a full hour. Bullet Magnet is doing some ballsy stuff there to his enemy. Meanwhile, Stewie and the Chinese team are spawning back onto Delta in an attempt to secure it. Charlie is flashing. Stewie got taken out, but I think they're gonna be able to secure the Delta flag. There we go, chill him down by Badger King. Nice work. Meanwhile, Charlie is gonna come up for the American sides once again. There is a Chinese spawn beacon here. I think Raz is gonna go and find it. Seeing that train cart. Shoot it. Shoot it. There we go. It's dead. Alright, so the Americans have Alpha Charlie again, but they're still down on the ticket counts. We got Technic on the floor with his KSK squad moving in. Seems like we also have Stu on top of the bridge firing into Charlie. Attempting to support, but I think it's the KSK squad here moving in. KSK is fighting the Whiskey and the Dragon Company for Charlie flag. And we're getting a lot of kills here. Charlie flag is spread out and it's gonna come up Chinese as it looks right now on the minimap. Gets taken out from the above as the enemies are spawning in on top of them. Chinese have almost a 30 ticket lead right now, and they're doing a lot more killing compared to dying compared to the US. The US have 2 killers, Jasper and Bucket, while the Chinese have Technet, Ethnics, and Lemon Grumpy doing a great deal. Also got Stu and Juno performing pretty well with Badger King as well. Frank Dragon is doing well, but not much. As we can see, the kill death ratio really matters here. Although Americans were able to hold 2 flags for a longer period of time, with no bleed, that's not gonna matter. A lot of fighting on top of that very top, a lot of people dying. Webkey is taken out by Juno. Juno's still running with his pistol. Pistol's down. We got Lemon Grumpy attempting to take over for him. Ignoring the tugs. Gets eliminated. We got Chris on the ground. We got Bullet Magnet on the top. Gets taken down. Meanwhile, we got Razor, Duke, and Fury, I think. Moving in on the ground to try and capture Delta. There's still more enemies than friendlies, or at least equal amount. Nice work from the core company here, going back to Delta and securing it. Currently watching Corin's Rebel. She has a 1 and 2 kill death ratio. Alright, so Delta Charlie is still being held by the Chinese while the Americans are trying to push into Charlie, or Delta I mean. Alpha is currently not really being contested. We run here on the backside having a firefight in Delta. Meanwhile, they had Macchiato moving in on the ground, taking out one, losing on the second. It's not enough to grab that flag, and Charlie seems almost uncontested right now, with most forces pushing on Delta. Got Jasper the Source and the Whiskey Company moving in to try and capture Delta here. I don't see any hostiles. Instead, this hostile seems to be moving towards Alpha. Charlie is flashing really fast. Technic is also fighting off attackers towards Delta. Charlie is grey, Alpha is flashing. Charlie is almost up for the Americans. The flag is up for Americans. Meanwhile, the Crodex are leaving the Alpha flag to attempt to do something about Charlie, maybe. Delta is being pushed from both sides right now. Let's see if they can actually get into the flag and not just around it. We got Bullet Magnet Red moving here on the ground floor towards Delta. From the windows as it goes. Flag is empty. He moves into the flag to attempt to cap it. Let's see if he can get some support from across the river. Seems like they're attempting to move in. The Chinese locked that down quite nice. Meanwhile, the fight over Charlie seems to be between roof and floor, although the Americans have moved down a little bit. Alpha is also flashing as we got two members over here trying to cap it. The products have gone back to the flag but died from Jasper's bomb back. Duke got also taken out, so still Charlie Delta. Ticket lead is 30 for the Chinese right now. They seem to be losing approximately 10 tickets per minute. Which means this will probably be my last stream if this continues, as I will have to head off to the sleepy bed. Alright, so Charlie is being contested. We got Ethnics on top, not dropping down, but we got Technic on the floor, searching around for possible hostiles, getting becoming grumpy. Delta is being flashed by Bullet Magnet again, and I think he's gonna catch some bullets from that house. Here they come. Survives that though, but he has to leave the flag cap. Scott FPS is pursuing. He's gonna go around to the north side. There's Bullet Magnets. Scott FPS has got a trigger finger, and Bullet Magnets is dead. We got a fast boat here by Macchiato and PPD. Macchiato gets out. He takes care of Flying Dragon. Ready to move in, but he's gonna get company. One dead. He takes care of Stewie, but has 7 health left and gets taken out. Jasper is moving into the Charlie flag, or trying to, but now hiding behind. Vladimir is instead pushing alone into the Charlie flag and gets taken out by Miss Rebel. Alpha is being contested by Obi. If this flag turns, we might actually see a bleed for the first time this round. But the Americans were good on the take back there. 420 versus 467, which means a 66 ticket lead for the Chinese, and right now they are killing. Still got Jasper and Blockhead doing a great deal of killing on the American side, but the Chinese simply got more killers. Badger King is doing a great job, as well as Ethnics, Technic, Lemming, Grumpy, Stewie, Core, Juno. I mean, it's a huge difference in the killing death ratio here between these teams. And right now the question is if whether the Americans are gonna lose in time or on tickets. As we see, the tickets for the American side are dropping approximately at the same rate as the time does. Charlie's being taken back by the Chinese. Vladimir gets taken down by Technic, and Technic revives 2 team members. Here is a spawn beacon in the back there. Let's see if Technic can find it or gets taken out. He kills Jasper. He dies by Blockhead. Blockhead in his turn dies by Badger King. Badger moves in to try and revive Stewie. Stewie gets up. Stewie approaches the spawn beacon house. Takes out the source. Gets taken out by Vladimir instead. Back over here, Chris Pepper is trying to climb up to Alpha side, gets taken out. The Americans are putting a much stronger defense on Alpha right now. It seems to have moved the battle from Charlie to Alpha and from Delta as well. There's no real push towards Delta, although the Source and Vladimir are still on that little spawn beacon house. Risky Company is doing a great job there, but it's not seeming enough. Jasper is starting to flash the flag as he gets the kill on 2 members, Stewie and Badger. Both from behind us, they try to leave the flag. Let's see if he's gonna get the drop on. No, Ethnics takes him out as well. There he dies. Jasper goes down the flying dragon. Technic is also moving into the flying, and the flying is gonna come up Chinese. Delta is still untouched, but meanwhile Alpha Americans have succeeded to move away from the Alpha a little bit. Seems to be pushing and fighting outside of Charlie. Brassy gets taken out by Nate. Waterkid rushes faster and dies himself. Macchiata is trying to progress. Presses a lot of members there. There's still one enemy inside here. It's Crodex again. He's doing a 10 to 13 kill death rate, which is not being that great, but he's harassing a lot. Taken out by... sorry about that. Blockhead. Alright, we got a push from Obi towards Alpha. Meanwhile, Charlie gets grayed out. And Obi is taken down by Harp. Harp is running around with a sniper rifle in the forest. Jasper successfully captures Charlie 5 now with its Whiskey Company. Charlie's back under the American control. The ticket lead have decreased a few tickets, I'd say. But still definitely the Chinese having the upper hand on the tickets. Delta is still uncontested, but the Americans have successfully moved from Alpha and secured Bravo or Charlie. Though the Chinese have gotten the little stronghold that the Americans had before. Sorry about that. Windows 7 trying to do something. Alright, Razor is fighting this off from the shed. There's a lot of fighting over flags, even if they don't really matter that much. I'm guessing it's good fight. Stu gets a few kills there and successfully defends Charlie flag. Chinese are back in Charlie and pushing back the Americans. We got Juno here trying to move on the outside towards Alpha, doing a long range firefight. Not winning it though. That machine gun on that long range is probably the reason. Meanwhile, Obi gets up onto the second floor. He ignores the spawn beacon, but takes it out. He's in the fire cap. See if he can do something. Meanwhile, Delta is also grey. Plants a C4. Or, sorry, Claymore. Takes out Duke. Leaves the fly cap. He's still not in the fly cap. I'm not quite sure if he's aware of this. Killed Ras with the Claymore. We got Ethnics moving into the fly cap instead to capture it. Delta is still flying. Charlie is being held by the Chinese. Delta is now an American. Meanwhile, Alpha is grey. In other words, they're trading high flags. Both my head gets taken out. Duke gets taken out. Spawn beacon gets taken out. Alpha is secure. We got a member here moving up, Razor. Trying to get into the cart, is unable to do so. That bomb is already blown. We got the Ethnics on the ground. We got Chris Petrov upstairs. He should be seeing that enemy moving into the train, right? Let's see if he can do something about him. I think that enemy is behind you. Never mind. Here comes the knife. He got killed by Ethnics. Oh my. So, Alpha Charlie belongs to the Chinese. Delta is being fought over as the Americans have a stronghold over there right now. It seems like Obi seems to be the one in defense from the American base. Chinese was trying to push into Delta but unable to do so. We got the Source, we got Macchiato, we got Harp on the defense. We got some trying to push to Charlie as well. Not going very well for Harp in trying to take out that person. There he succeeds. Nice shooting, Harp. Up on the bridge we got enemy Technic killing Vladimir. Bridge is now secure. Let's see if they can get into the Delta flying. Meanwhile, Alpha is almost lost. Seems like most of the defense on Delta went to Alpha instead. Scott is down on the ground. Chris Petrov is moving upstairs. Obi is upstairs. Obi gets taken out. Chris gets taken out by Webkey. Alpha is back under American control. Meanwhile, Delta is still not Chinese. But with these numbers, I think it's gonna be hard to hold a 3-on-3 cap. In my opinion. Alright, nice shooting. Lemmy Grumpy taking out Vladimir, but then dying. Charlie is the only fly for the Chinese right now, and I think they're gonna try and take back Alpha. Now spawning into some sort of rail card here, ignoring the spawn beacon behind it. This rebel gets taken out. Fury Vine is running around here. Let's see if he sees the enemies. Doesn't seem like he does, but Blockhead gets him. And shooting Blockhead. Charlie's still up. Ethnics takes out Vladimir. Trying to capture back the flag. I saw a parachute. Ethnics saw it too. Killed Jasper with a grenade or magnum shot. Flag is going down, but meanwhile Americans have definitely secured Alpha. And even if the Chinese successfully pushes into Delta now, I think they're gonna lose the Charlie flag doing so. A little bit of a round robin going on here, and the ticket count is almost up to 40 plus for the Chinese again. Meanwhile, as I said before, the tickets and timer are rushing for the US. The question is if the US is gonna lose by tickets or by time. Oh well. Pretty much if they're gonna run out of tickets or the time is gonna run out first, is what I mean. As this is a kill-kill situation, we see a lot of great members over here on the Chinese side. Fewer great members on the US, although they've gotten a few more that have more kills than deaths. The ones that stand out are Jasper and Ethnics for both sides, as they're killing a lot of members. I'm gonna see if I can find Ethnics. Here is Ethnics. I'm gonna follow him around a little bit as he's our #1 top killer right now, or in kill death ratio at least. Jasper's kill more but also die more. Takes out Chillin, he's got full health. He's currently moving around with a Magnum and an AAK 971. It's his assault rifle, 64 kills there. As he takes out Browser, he gets shot, frozen nade, gets down into health. See if he can find that hostile over there. And he does. Is equipment destroyed as well. Ethnic is out in the middle of nowhere to see if there are any more stranglers behind him. Doing a very thorough job of checking the map outside perimeter, even if it's not really necessary. So let's move on to Jasper. Here's Jasper, and second best killer currently, 69 kills. 33 deaths. And he's currently at the Alpha flag, which was contested. And it seems that I might actually have missed a little bit of lead, because it's currently almost 60 ticket lead for Chinese. And they're definitely below the timer count right now. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see if I can find Jasper. I'm not finding Jasper as it is right now. Meanwhile, Stu is getting back on Alpha, and Alpha is getting grayed out. Kills Bloodline Red. Takes care of Razor. Good, nice work, Stewie. Flag is gray. Flag is gray. Good work, guys. Chinese have grayed the flag. Delta flag is flashing, but I think we're gonna get a few seconds of there it up. It's up, it's up. Let's see if the tickets drop for the Americans. Delta flag just got gray, but I'd say that we lost a few tickets to the bleed there. Nice work, Stewie. Meanwhile, Jasper and his whiskey team secured the Delta. It's 247 tickets. Right now, it seems like the Americans have been unable to keep their third flag, or their #1 flag, so to speak. Either because of they're currently fighting too much on the ground, or what it is, I do not know. Jasper gets a flashbang, he moves around, trying to get up the stairs, I think. It's around the corner at least. Very nice time for being flashed. It takes out 2 members here and goes for Raz. Alright, so Delta flag is being very well defended by the American and the Whiskey Company, with Jasper in the lead. see here, there seems to have been some fighting over Alpha with Chill and Baba and the Dragon Company. Delta is being flashed, but it's just Techneck and it's not going to be able to get this alone. Forces to force this back onto the flag though, but he could have used a little bit more help. And Grump gets taken out by the Source. Alpha is also being fought over. Currently watching Stewart securing Alpha. Chinumbaba is trying to go up the stairs, firing up. Dragon Company is below the ground. It does not seem to be able to get up there. Meanwhile, Charlie has started to flash. Chilum rushes up the stairs. Up the stairs he goes, shooting high route. Get a kill assist, but dies. Jasper, meanwhile, is trying to hold on to the Delta flag. He successfully, with some help, stops the flag from being captured at least. Gets taken out by Lennon Grumpy. There's a flash, there's a lot of shooting. Let's see who wins. It looks like Ethnix holds on to this, and Ethnix is gonna be able to raid his flag. Meanwhile, Alpha is flashing. And there's some hard fighting up there. Nice for Crotus to take out 2 members. Alpha is secure, Delta is secure. We're gonna see another bleed going on. With a limited spawns, I'd say we're gonna get a rush out of the US main base. And maybe some spawns in here on the Delta flag. Jasper spawns in with his team members. Get some more members to spawn in. It seems like the Chinese left the flag a little too early. Although Jasper is not able to soul tap this. His other members should get into the flag cap, but they have lost tickets. It's a 100 ticket lead right now for the Chinese. 24 minutes left of the timer. Chinese are doing a great job getting those free flag caps, which I did not think were possible before. I think the Americans are trying to play it a little bit more than they should. They really only need to defend one flag, not spread out. This is to the advantage of the Chinese, which have given them into a real killing spree here. They have half their members are killing more than they're dying, more than half their members. Meanwhile, the Americans are dying more than they're killing, at least for the average number. The dresses have become much better as it matters. Alpha is flashing right now. Duke is trying to trade a flag. Takes out Scott. The flag cap is halfway down to gray, but the tickets are bleeding. Duke is taking out Stu. Have to get up there. Alpha is flashing. Obi seems to be trying to get up there. He runs past the grenade, looks back, runs up the stairs, kills Jasper, gets taken out. Alpha flag is going up for the Americans right now. 151 tickets left for the American team, 281 for the Chinese. This is an intense battle on Alpha flag. Right now it's still Stewie and the company seems to be able to get Alpha back down. It's halfway down right now, and I think the whole army of the Americans are spawning here. Right now the Chinese should decide how to try and get back here as well. Nice shooting there, but Stewie takes out the double combo. It's a lot of fighting, but Alpha is held high right now. 139 tickets left for the American side, and I'd say they have lost this battle. They do not have the firepower to win this battle right now, but they can at least stop it from being a much bigger defeat by holding on to this flag. It seems like some members are moving out onto the flanks, others are moving down. It's still a somewhat tough fight over Alpha, even if there's very few members left. And that's it. All Chinese members are eliminated from the Alpha. Cut the products out on the outside, but otherwise it's all empty over here. We got Lemming Grumpy doing some sneaky stuff up there. Bullet Magnet got himself killed for all shotting twice. Stewie gets taken out. Americans are pushing into the second flag, the Charlie flag, and doing a very well mounted full army assault. The numbers are 11 versus 13. 135 tickets left for Americans, and we're looking at about 14 minutes left if there are no more bleed tickets. At least according to the statistics that we've been seeing. Currently following Macchiato. Macchiato has a 53 from 27 kill death ratio. Takes one, dies by another. Delta is currently the only flag on the Chinese side. Meanwhile, they're trying to get Alpha back. Juno attempts to take out the map, dies instead. Harper and company successfully keeps Alpha. Chinese are pushing a little bit out from the Delta flag now to go on to Charlie. The Americans are split up between those two flags. Stewie is back in the flag camp. We've seen Stewie doing some heavy multi-kills on this map. And here he goes. Takes out Jasper, but dies by another one. Badger is on the Alpha flag with Ethnics trying to secure it. The flag is almost grey. It's grey. There are no Americans currently there. We got Macchiato and Fury Divine rushing back towards the Alpha flag to see if they can stop it from turning. Meanwhile, Charlie flag got flashed, but Americans are going to get that one back, so we're not going to see a bleed right now. Americans successfully captured Aqua flag, and this is some intense battle. Fury Divine fails in his killing, and there we go. Hawk gets taken out by a knife from Gino. Nice one, Gino. So, Alpha Delta is currently Chinese. We got Macchiato on the ground outside Alpha. We got Ethnics trying to move into the Charlie flag, I think, if he gets off that bridge. On the ground, we got Jasper running around. Right now, we have very few American members on the Charlie flag and very few Chinese members. Chinese is more focused around the Alpha flag. Americans are a little bit spread out and non-existent. Ethnics and company are killing from the bridge and Charlie, but it seems to not move in. Alright, we got a flood. Flood has been there, which means that the Charlie flag is temporarily gone. The Alpha flag is grey. Let's see when Charlie flag spawns back what's gonna happen. Right now, Alpha got turned. Charlie flag is still not back. Stewie Oxbury is rushing up the stairs to try and secure Alpha. It's taken out. It's a lot of American members. Charlie flag is back, but empty, and Crodex is moving in directly to try and secure it. Meanwhile, we got a spawn beacon back here and a lot of Chinese members trying to secure it. Jimmy takes out Chillum. Seems like Obi is the only one left here. Takes out Webkey, but he's been found. Let's see how long he lasts. He's moving around fairly easy, and it seems like the Americans left the flag all empty for him to capture. Flag is halfway down to grey, and he's got friendlies coming up the stairs. Nice one, Obi. Badger is up the stairs as well now, and the flag is definitely turning up for them. Meanwhile, Vladimir is attempting to grade a flag. Ethnics is camping the spawn beacon together with, let's Let's see who this is. Alright, no one spawned in. So they take it out. And we're gonna be moving back to the Delta flag. Delta flag is gonna get secured. Charlie flag have a lot of members pouring into Delta now, including Jasper. Jasper currently has a 1942 kill death ratio. Chillum takes out 2 members, and Jasper takes out Ethnics. Delta is Chinese, Alpha is Chinese, Charlie is American. 93 tickets left for the American side. And in a couple of minutes we should see the Americans to either stop spawning or bleeding this out. This means that I do not think that unless the Americans changes something they're gonna lose, and not because the time ran out, because their tickets dead. Alright, Crowder is taken out. Jasper is improving his kill death ratio a little bit there. Delta is flashed. Delta is the only flag left for the Chinese. The Americans securely captured Alpha, which puts all the Chinese forces on the defensive. If the American had been a little bit faster, might have been able to get this before all the Chinese got back on the live side. Rushed in from their main. Alright, Delta is definitely secure now. Even if there's 2 spawn beacons up there, there's pretty much the whole Chinese army, which are killing better than the American army are up here. Swords take out Ethnics. Gets taken out instead. Macchiato is running outside. Technic and company are clearing the spawn beacons, and that's it for the push on Delta. A new push is coming in, but the Chinese are also pushing. And meanwhile, Macchiato is playing hide and seek with Technic. Spawns in his member. Jasper gets taken out. Juno is alive. He shoots, he kills Macchiato. There's still members down there. Jasper got rest. Members are spawning in on him. Smoke grenade on the right, he moves to the left, dies. Alright, the Technic squad is fighting this. There is Jasper, Vladimir, I'm sorry, Vladimir is dead. Jasper is already dead. I think that's it. No, it's not. Macchiato is alive, playing run and hide and seek again. As well as Vladimir. Vladimir might get spotted here, and he's found the spawn beacon. Takes out the source, and Macchiato is running. Macchiato is running here. Let's see if he gets Jasper and company spawning. It seems like Jasper's already spawning, so he's on his own here. He has 1 hostile coming up on him. Here comes Technic. Takes out Macchiato. Macchiato is dead. Meanwhile, Vladimir's got a spawn beacon back up. This is a lot of harassment in Delta flag for the whiskey side, and the Chinese seem to have been pushing away from the flag a lot more. But they have forced back onto defense by Whiskey Company, and probably Dragon doing something as well here. Americans are doing a much better killing than they have been doing before. The ticket lead is down to 110. And I'm quite impressed by the turnaround of the killing sprees here. Might even get a flash on Delta. If the enemy soldiers get into the fire cap, we might see a bleed for the Americans on the Chinese side. This is definitely gonna turn up friendly for the Americans, and the bleed is on. Let's see how long they can keep it. Currently we have all Chinese members up here. What are they doing? There's no one down here to do anything. The Americans are holding on to their positions. The tickets are wasting away. 150 ticket lead is definitely possible if they can hold on to it. We got 2 jeeps hidden for the back flank, including Lemon Grumpy and Ethnics. Both in the same squad there. Alright, 3 members spawning in here. They're taking out the spawn beacon. One got taken out. There's one defender. Defender got killed. Let's see if we can spawn in some members before Alpha Flag gets flashing. Delta is still held. He needs more members onto this Alpha Flag right now. Webkey's up there. We got Fury Divine as well. Fury Divine takes out one. Lemon Grub is the only one alive. Over there, the Delta side is very, very secure. We got Blind trying to move into the Charlie Flag. The tickets are wasting down. It's 120 tickets right now for the Chinese side. Flag is flashing. The flag is flashing. They need to get down on the ground. We got Duke moving into the ground. Duke gets taken out. Blind is still alive. He moves out of the flag cap. He moves into the flag cap again. They need someone to rush back in there and take him out. We got Bullet Magnet running for his life. Flag is down, but he finds him. Flag only turned gray. Meanwhile, Alpha Flag also is gonna turn gray with this many Chinese soldiers. Bleed is gonna end with 100 tickets left for the Chinese, and the Chinese are securing both Delta and Alpha at the same time. Charlie is secured by the Americans, so there's not gonna be a counter bleed. Very well played for American team there. Very well played. The Chinese lost about 100, at least a 50 ticket lead there from the lead. It's currently 10 minutes left. 41 tickets versus 98 tickets. And as we saw, anything can happen. I was very, very sure of the Chinese win earlier today. Still think that the Chinese are gonna be able to secure this, but the loss of Delta, Charlie and Alpha was a pain. Very well done from the Whiskey Company in killing and harassing on the Delta side. Also well done for those securing Charlie while the harassment is going on. As we can see right now, the Americans are trying to move up into the clap for Alpha. There are some few stragglers over at Delta, but it seems like Alpha is where it's gonna happen. It's 32 tickets left for Americans, and it's soon gonna notice. Now we've got 29 left for American side. We've got 92 left for the Chinese side. I think they're gonna be a little bit more respectable about their spawns. Meanwhile, Charlie is a little bit flashing. Stu is moving into the flag. Stewie with company. We've got Miss Rebel also moving in. They're shooting from on top of the bridge, but that's not going to help them. Someone resting gets Bullet Magnet gets defibrillated by Miss Rebel. Juno is trying to move into the flag. Let's restless Miss Rebel there. Takes out Vladimir, gets taken out. Charlie flight is intense. Currently the Americans have enough numbers to keep that flag up. Alpha is secured by the Chinese, but the Americans keep on to the Charlie flag, but there's only 13 tickets left. Soon they're gonna have to watch their spawns or simply spawn to death. This is gonna be a Chinese victory with only 10 tickets left. Half the team out. This is almost all the tickets that the Americans have left. They're gonna lose the Charlie flag. Or their tickets. 3 tickets left for American side, 2 tickets left, 8 minutes remaining of the battle. This is it for the American side. They only have 2 tickets left. We see Badgering here taking out enemies. American moving in, Chillin' Baba. 2 tickets still left for the Chinese. Americans, sorry. 1 ticket left. Let's see if they spawn in or they lose to the bleed. Are they gonna spawn in or are they gonna lose to the bleed? They spawned in. 74 ticket win for the Chinese over a 53-minute battle. This is gonna be the end of my stream.
It's too bad about that. I don't know who did it. What we're going to do is go and switch to the next map because that was a really long. It didn't work right, so we'll be heading to the next map. We'll have a 5-minute break.
Most kills was done by Jasper with 110 kills to 54. Ethnics got 86 to 35. Technic 87 to 40, Stewie 70 to 40. There's a lot of kills in this map. Alright then, this is it. I will thank you all for watching the streams, and I hope you have a pleasant night and a nice weekend. Marine out.